afternoon, June. The presidential office of Cheong has been disclosing the content, step by step, of its proposed revision to the South Korean Constitution. In the second part of its detailed summary, the Blue House has explained its approach to the decentralization of power and what it calls economic democratization. Here's the president's senior secretary for civil affairs this morning.
The provinces are the future of South Korea. Reinforcing decentralization is not a matter of Seoul versus local governments, nor is it a matter of efficiency versus fairness.
The Blue House stressed the need for strong local governments and stipulated three main points: a boost to local government power based on innovation, more opportunities to participate for residents, and the swift implementation of clauses related to decentralization. The bill also includes clauses that promote what the administration calls economic democratization to tackle economic inequality and unfairness. The Blue House will reveal the third and final part of its proposal on Thursday. That'll be on the rights and privileges of constitutional institutions, including the form of government, before the bill is submitted to the National Assembly on March 26th. The government is pushing to hold a referendum on constitutional revision on the same day as local elections in mid-June.